Baseball is a game of skill, strategy, and a bit of luck. But sometimes, it's also a game where things go horribly, terribly wrong. Today, we're diving into some of the most bone-chilling and downright painful moments in recent Major League Baseball history. So grab your popcorn, sit back, and try not to wince too hard. First up, let's talk about slides. Sliding into a base is something every baseball player learns early on. It's usually a smooth move, right? But every once in a while, things don't go as planned. And by not planned, we mean ouch. Take Manny Machado for instance. In 2022, Machado was having an MVP caliber season with the San Diego Padres. Everything was going his way until that fateful day in June. As he sprinted down the first baseline, he made a last-second decision to slide to avoid a collision. The result? A nasty ankle sprain that had fans holding their breath and Padres management reaching for the aspirin. Machado was down and out for a while, but thankfully, he avoided a long-term injury. Still, that slide could have ended much worse. Now let's move to the outfield, where catching a fly ball can be as graceful as a ballet. Unless, of course, you're racing toward a wall. In that case, it's more like a WWE match. Meet Eloy Jimenez, the Chicago White Sox's power-hitting left fielder. In March 2021, during a spring training game, Eloy went all out. Literally. As a high fly ball soared toward left field, Jimenez made a leaping attempt to rob a home run. Instead of a highlight reel catch, he ended up crashing into the wall and tearing a pectoral muscle. Ouch! The result? Surgery and an absence for most of the season. The good news? Jimenez made a strong return. The bad news? The wall won that battle, hands down. And who could forget the thrill and danger of a collision at home plate? It's the ultimate showdown between runner and catcher, where both are determined to win, but only one will come out unscathed. And we can't talk about brutal collisions without mentioning Buster Posey. This one's a classic, and, well, a bit of a cautionary tale. In 2011, during a game between the Giants and Marlins, Posey, the Giants' star catcher, was on the receiving end of a collision with Scott Cousins at home plate. Cousins, trying to score the winning run, barreled into Posey, who ended up with a broken leg and torn ligaments. The injury was so bad it led to a change in MLB rules regarding home plate collisions. Posey eventually returned to his MVP form, but this moment forever changed how catchers approach the plate. On August 9, 2024, Jurickson Profar took a fastball to the arm during a game against the Pittsburgh Pirates. It looked bad, like hold your breath bad. But after a quick check, the X-rays showed no fractures, just a bruise and a collective sigh of relief from Padres fans. Profar dodged a bullet, and he'll be back on the field soon. But wait, it's not just the runners, fielders, and catchers who are at risk. Pitchers, with their high-velocity throws and awkward follow-throughs, are also prone to some serious uh-oh moments. Let's talk about Jameson Taillon. This guy is a warrior. Taillon, a pitcher for the New York Yankees, has faced more adversity than most players see in their entire careers. In 2019, after undergoing his second Tommy John surgery, he was sidelined once again. For those who don't know, Tommy John surgery is when a pitcher's elbow ligament is replaced with a tendon from another part of the body. It's a long and painful recovery, and doing it twice? That's practically unheard of. But Taillon came back strong in 2021, proving that sometimes the biggest injuries lead to the biggest comebacks. Sliding into bases isn't just about speed, it's also about timing and, well, not getting injured. But sometimes it's easier said than done. Bryce Harper, one of the most electrifying players in the game, knows all about the dangers of sliding. In August 2021, during a game against the Cincinnati Reds, Harper attempted a headfirst slide into third base. It seemed routine until his thumb got jammed into the base. The result? a ligament tear in his thumb. Harper had to undergo surgery, missing significant time during a season where he was making a strong MVP case. Sometimes being aggressive on the base paths can cost you big time. Sometimes the worst injuries happen when two players just don't see each other coming. It's like watching a train wreck in slow motion. You want to look away, but you just can't. Byron Buxton is no stranger to highlight reel catches or, unfortunately, highlight reel injuries. In May 2022, during a game against the Tampa Ray Bays, Buxton and Tommy Pham of the Boston Red Sox collided in the outfield while chasing down a fly ball. The impact was brutal, with both players going down in a heap. Buxton, known for his all-out style, has had his fair share of injuries, but this one was particularly scary. Luckily, both players avoided serious long-term injuries, but it was a reminder that even the most routine plays can turn dangerous in an instant. And let's not forget about the classic hit by pitch. It's every batter's worst nightmare. Standing in the batter's box, minding your own business, and then BAM! You're wearing a 95-mile-per-hour fastball. Yikes! In 2024, baseball's been as wild as ever when it comes to injuries. One of the craziest moments happened with Jake Fraley from the Cincinnati Reds. The poor guy took a fastball straight to the body in May and had to leave the game immediately. The hit was so bad, it left him with a nasty fracture, putting him on the bench for quite a while. Talk about bad luck. And then there's Francisco Cervelli, who had one of the most unfortunate careers in terms of injuries. This guy was a catcher, which is already a tough gig, but he got concussions like it was his job. After one too many hits to the head, he had to call it quits in 2020. It's a harsh reminder that even the toughest players can get knocked out of the game by injuries. But it's not just the lesser-known players getting hurt. Big names like Ronald Acuna Jr. and Mark Scherzer have also had a rough time. Acuna's season ended early after he tore his ACL, which was a major blow for the Braves. Meanwhile, Scherzer has been struggling with shoulder issues, keeping him off the mound. It's just another reminder that in baseball, anything can happen, and sometimes it's not the good kind of surprise. In 2014, Giancarlo Stanton, then with the Miami Marlins, took a fastball to the face. It was one of the most frightening moments in recent baseball history. The impact was so severe that Stanton suffered multiple facial fractures, dental damage, and lacerations. He missed the rest of the season, and when he returned, he was sporting a special face guard on his helmet, a stark reminder of just how dangerous stepping into the batter's box can be. Catchers too take their fair share of punishment. Whether it's a foul tip, a wild pitch, or just bad luck, these guys are tough as nails, but even they can get knocked down. Francisco Cervelli has been a solid catcher for years, but concussions have plagued his career. In 2019, after taking yet another foul tip off his mask, Cervelli suffered what seemed like his millionth concussion. The guy just couldn't take a break. Despite his talent and determination, Cervelli eventually had to step away from the game due to the sheer number of head injuries he sustained. It was a tough end to a gritty career, but it's a stark reminder of the toll this game can take on even the toughest players. Injuries are a part of baseball, and while some are simply unfortunate accidents, others come from players pushing their limits, putting everything on the line for that one big play. It's what makes baseball thrilling, but also terrifying. The moments we've covered today are a testament to the physical and mental toughness of these athletes. They risk it all every time they step onto the field. And while we cheer for the amazing plays, we can't forget the dangers they face. Another wild incident occurred earlier in the month when benches cleared during a game between the Milwaukee Brewers and Tampa Bay Rays. What started as a heated argument quickly escalated into a full-on brawl, with punches being thrown and players getting ejected. The aftermath saw multiple players suspended, highlighting the high stakes and emotions that come with the game. There have also been some spectacular yet risky plays on the field. In early August, Victor Scott II of the St. Louis Cardinals made an incredible diving catch that left fans cheering, but also holding their breath, hoping he wasn't injured in the process. It's always a fine line between heroics and danger in baseball. Do you think players should push through injuries or prioritize their long-term health? Let us know in the comments. If you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe for more.